Hey friends, Renee with Harvest Hill Cottage. I'm going to show you a fun flip today for Christmas. We'll start off with a thrifted Christmas tree, paper mailers from Amazon, paint, and trimmings. A great way to upcycle your older trees or thrifted trees is by adding flocking. However, actual flocking is a bit messy. So we're going to do a faux flocking by adding this texturizing powder called Fresco from Fusion Mineral Paint. And all it does is thicken up and add a bit of texture to your paint. And you just mix it in well until you have a thick pancake-like consistency. So I'm just adding it here to my white Fusion Mineral Paint. I'm using the color Casement. And it's super durable, so it's not going to flake off your tree. It will adhere well, and it will be a nice permanent solution for you. Now, I found that using gloves is the best technique because I too want to finger paint on my faux flocking. As you can see, I went without the gloves at first and made a huge mess. So anyway, I did try this with a paintbrush. It did work fine, but me personally, I found that using the gloves and then just sort of glopping it on with my hands, I got the best coverage. With this technique, I was just able to get in there and really cover the branches, top, bottom, all around. And this was a technique that worked best for me. But you go for it and do what works for you. The idea here is just to get that white textured paint all over your tree. Now, this is not going to give you the snow look that you'll get with actual flocking. However, it is less messy and more affordable in my opinion. And don't get me wrong, this process is messy, but if you've ever done actual flocking before, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Snow everywhere. It's fun, but it is messy. You could apply this technique to a larger tree as well. I've actually been thinking about doing this to one of my artificial full-size trees, but we'll see if I'm brave enough to tackle one of the bigger trees. For now, I've taken on some of these smaller trees and I am loving the way they turned out. So um, once I get this covered with the white paint, I'm going to let it dry. While it's drying, I'm going to tackle the paper sack that I'm going to stage this tree inside of. Okay, now I was inspired by someone else on this next part. Saw this on the internet somewhere. I don't know who it was, so I cannot give you credit. I apologize. If it was you, please comment below so I can give you proper credit. This is a great way to recycle your Amazon brown paper mailers. So we're just going to turn it inside out. That way we've got a nice solid brown surface to work on. I like that the brown sack is already crinkled, so it looks sort of worn. So I'm just going to add some white paint, sort of willy-nilly, because I like that worn, crinkled, old sack look we've got going on here. So just taking that Casement paint by Fusion and doing a heavy dry brush all over the paper sack, front, back, sides, bottom, whole thing. Just get it all covered with your white paint or whatever color you decide to go with. And yeah, then let it dry and you've got a really nice paper sack to work with. So once it was dry, I decided to add a little transfer. I have this cardinal left over from one of my transfer packs. But any way you'd like to embellish works, you can stencil, add a little transfer. Another tree I did, I added a little greenery with some twine. So just use your imagination here. So now you're just going to want to stand up your sack, and then the top edge, I folded inward just to make a nice finished edge around the top of my paper sack. This, of course, is going to be the base for my little Christmas tree. Okay, so now we're ready to create our base to place inside the sack. So I started with a coffee can, added some foam, and then this tree, the base plastic little base just came right off. So typically that's the case. Just remove whatever base is on your tree, and then you can create a new base. So here I just use that foam inside of the coffee can and just added my Christmas tree right in there. I did secure it with some hot glue because why not? Little added security there, right? So then I just popped the tree into the foam. All right, next I went ahead and placed my coffee can with my tree inside of the prepared paper sack. I did find it was not super stable, so you're going to want to add some weight to your sack, probably some sand, some pebbles, dried beans, whatever you might have on hand, just to give some weight and to fill your bag a little bit more, just to make it more stable. Then I just cinched in the top of the sack and tied it up with some twine. Now here's where you can get super creative. Add ribbon, a bow, maybe some jingle bells, some greenery, holly. Yeah, use your imagination here. Here's another one I did. I just added a little bit of greenery to the twine that I tied around the sack. And I did add some Spanish moss in the top of the sack just to give a nice finished look to the trees. Now, of course, you can embellish your trees however you like. I decided to make some homemade ornaments. I stenciled some wood round ornaments that I got from Amazon, and then I also stenciled some wood tags that I also got from Amazon. Everything I'm using in this video, I will post in the description box below so you can find all of the items. Many we sell on our website. Several can be found on Amazon. And again, you can find all of that below. So went ahead and just made up some cute ornaments to embellish my tree with. You can get creative and do your trees however you like. Let me know in the comments below what you think of the project today and how you would have decorated this tree. Thanks so much for watching us. We do appreciate you all so very much. Hope you're enjoying a wonderful Christmas season. Thank you and God bless.